Hello. It's me. I was wondering if after all these years you'd like me and go over everything. They say that time's a healer. Ain't done much healing. Hello. Can you hear me? I'm in cat. What's up? It's Drift. How you doing, brother? What's up, Union Jack Boy? Oh, I need to turn my camera on. About who we used to be and go over. Jesus Christ, I look pale today, don't I? I look ill. My lighting, very weird. Hello. Hello, how is everybody? Yeah. I don't know why I always do that. Every time. All the time. Each of the time. How's my SoRare weekend been? For streaks, we're doing really good. I've missed out on a few big streaks from DMPs, unexpected DMPs. Grimaldo was the most painful one. For leaderboards, I'm like really high on like 3 leaderboards, and I'm honestly just like so close to winning like 3 competitions. Would have been amazing. Overall, though, it's been a great week. I think I'm going to 2 streak 5s, which is awesome. Best pull this weekend, Ousmane Dembele, Dream card. Vinicius Jr., Scream card. Ousmane Dembele, gold card. Yes, that's right. What's up, Matt? How you doing, brother? Do I still play MFL? I do, mate. I do. I just, mate, guys, I just don't have time. I started playing clubs a while back, about 5 weeks ago now, 6 weeks ago. And it's a really like bad time for other things for me, because it's like 7:30 we get on, and usually about 9:30, 10 we get off. And then it's like, basically, since I stopped playing Arc Raiders, not that I want to stop playing Arc Raiders, we'll get to that maybe a bit later today. Clubs is just, you know, even though it's only 3 days a week, sometimes on Sundays as well, it's just a big block of time. And I played Challenger Champs last night, and I haven't played Rivals in like 2 seasons, and have been relegated to Division 8. Normally get like 7 to 8 wins in Champs, but was on for 5 wins in Challenger with ease. Got disconnected in the last game, unfortunately. It was about fun to play. That's pretty cool. We might play Challengers today on the Crappers, actually. Is clubs being streamed anywhere? No, it's not, because it was with like brand new people that I never I'd never played with before. And so obviously, you know, having 11 people on the mic that I don't know is potential career suicide. So maybe tonight. I think this is the last week of the season. So this game is dead. This game is in trouble, mate. Yeah, this game is in trouble. Can I show my best Evo? Yeah, I'd probably say he's my best Evo right now. Potentially, maybe him. I think as far as a 64 rater goes, he's probably the best. I might need to play some Rush today, guys, because there's 1500 SP in Rush, and I feel like that could be much needed. Jarmin. Lengjik one will never be forgotten. Yeah, he was a beast last year, wasn't he? I'm hardly playing UT now, just on the other hand, loving clubs. Yeah, clubs is brilliant. What level have I got up to in quick play? I've completed level 1 a whole bunch of times. I just keep failing on level 2. But I'm not buying cards for the quick play, because as much as I love the concept of the quick play, and I'm glad that SoRare gave it to us in football related terms, these card prices are just super jacked, and it's just not worth it. It's just not worth it. So I'm just kind of trying to do it with cards I've crafted or won, rather than cards that I'm buying. And it's not really working out very well. And I noticed, I looked today, and obviously like nobody yet has hit the 5th, like won the 5th level. And so I hope that they bring it back afterwards with just in season as the requirement, or maybe like, you know, minimum or like maximum of 1 classic card. So like level 1 you could do with a classic card, but level 2 has to be 1 in season 1 classic, and then level 3 would have to be 1 in season 1 classic, and then level 4 and 5 would have to be 2 in season and 1 classic. Am I doing Peanut SBC? Is Peanut SBC out? Nope. Can't do an SBC that doesn't exist, mate. I had to buy cards. For me, it's worth 50% off being with newcomer. Got to level 2, had 1 come in and the other missed because Emil Smith Rowe had a goal disallowed. Oh, damn. No tonight. Well, I mean, it depends on how the price is and how good the card is, doesn't it? Are you going to do an SBC that they release in 3 weeks' time? Or no? I don't know. Quick play for Essence or Clues, where you can use any card types we call, maybe. Yeah, I think it's interesting for SoRare because I think the PVE model, it's funny because like thresholds many years ago were killing SoRare. It was the reason why they changed to the in-season model, because people would just buy their cards and farm their points and just keep picking up threshold after threshold after threshold. And then when they introduced it at limited and super rare and unique as well, people genuinely started farming thresholds at all different levels. And because you could continually use the same classic cards over and over, you didn't have to buy into the market again anymore. You could just win those thresholds like over and over and over. And that's what kind of like inspired the change, because thresholds were literally killing SoRare. Like if they maintained it the way it was, would have been completely dead. With the way that they've done hot streaks and quick play, I honestly think that they could like almost like remove global leaderboards, or maybe like remove divisions within global leaderboards and just have like 1 global leaderboard, but lean more into things like hot streaks, things like quick play, things like arena. Like imagine you had like a in-season prem only arena where it's like, you know, free to enter obviously, but first place gets, I don't know, $10, second place gets $5, third place gets $3, fourth and fifth get some essence or some clues, and then bottom 5 don't get anything. All of a sudden, like I think even if we exclude arena and just keep player versus, like, you know, play the game, sort of playing against the game sort of thing, the PvE sort of experiment environment, I honestly think SoRare will boom if they even removed the ability to play against each other. Thoughts on the Arsenal game? I thought it was a fun game to watch, mate. I thought it was a brilliant game of football. I thought we was desperately unlucky to concede so late on in the game. I think we had a chance, man. Enquiries, I know he's coming back from injury and whatnot, but I think that chance that he didn't go and attack is a testament of where Arsenal are with a striker right now, where we just don't know what to do. But Declan Rice puts in a wicked ball across the 6-yard box, and nobody was busting a gut to get there. City's attack looks scary. Attacks win titles. No, defense wins titles. Goals win games. Defense wins titles. But yeah, overall, like, obviously, like, gutted to lose so late in the day in the game. But I don't like. I think you can see our players are super fatigued, and I know it's like everyone's got injury issues and everyone has lots of fixtures and stuff. But once again, we're in that situation of running our star players into the ground. And like you could just see, like, Rice looks shattered. Even Saka looks knackered. Like Zubimendi is just not moving around the field like he has been. And, you know, this week that we've had where it's been Spurs, Bayern, Chelsea, Brentford was like, even Brentford game, we won it, but we looked poor. And then Villa, like, you can tell the boys need a rest. And I think you got many AFCON. None now. We don't have any now. We used to lose loads to AFCON, but now none at all. But yeah, like, we need to fully rotate against Bruges, right? I don't even care if we lose. Like, we're basically guaranteed that top 8. You know, we've got Kairat to come. That'll be 3 points. It just will be. So even if we lost to Bruges and lost to Inter, we'd still finish in the top 8. Like, we'd be absolutely fine. And so I'm hoping that we fully rotate against them, because in the Premier League now, for the rest of December, we've got really favourable fixtures. And so we need to just go on a run again now, on a nice big winning run throughout December, win every Premier League game that we've got available. And, you know, come the turn of the year, when things slow down a little bit, you know, like hopefully be like nice and clear at the top of the Premier League again, and having a load of wins under our belt. Even Madueke looked tired. Yeah, I think he just made a bad choice with that shot. Like, you know, I don't think he realised the time he had. Like, he could have actually just put his foot on the ball, stopped his stealth, turned backwards, and had a couple of like players to pass backwards to. Gyökeres, Dauman, Norgard all need to start. Rice, Zubimendi, Saka, Marino need to rest. Yeah, for me, the team will be Kepa in goal against Bruges. Kepa in goal, Ben White at right back, probably Yuri and Timber, unfortunately, at centre back, with Hincapié. Alternatively, I wouldn't mind doing White, Hincapié, Calafiori, and MLS across the back line. Calafiori's had a lot more rest than Timber has. Then in the midfield, it needs to be Norgard, Erdegaard, and Marino. And then I think up front we should play Madueke, Gyökeres, and Martinelli. I think that's the team we should start. If Arteta doesn't win a UCL Prem trophy, surely it's his last season. Why is that, James? Alec started suspended for the Premier League. Oh, yeah, that makes sense, yeah. What's my take on the Salah situation? It just looks like he's being forced out, doesn't it? It looks like he's being forced out. It would take, like, you know, Mo Salah's been such a great servant to Liverpool over, what, 10 years now. It must have taken a lot behind the scenes for him to just come out and in some random Norwegian interview speak like that. It must have taken a lot behind the scenes. And like he's, you know, being benched for three games in a row isn't the only thing that's caused that. There is something happening behind the scenes that's a big problem. And it, like, you know, you can never really believe the media or whatever with what they say and whatnot, but it does look like the big dogs of Liverpool are trying to push him out. What I don't understand is why. Because the best case scenario they have by forcing him out is losing a super talent and losing the value that they would have got for him, because what club's now going to be like, oh yeah, we'll pay 100 million? Like Saudi was ready to pay like what, 110, 120 million last year for him, and Liverpool said no, they wanted to keep him. Now what are they going to do? Oh, we'll give you 40 million. Like Liverpool have lost twice now because of this, like this situation, right? "6 years, 1 FA Cup, 1 billion. You expect more? No, I might be wrong. He can't seem to take Arsenal over the line." Yeah, like somebody responded above, James. Like, it's just that troll baiting again. It's that rage baiting from you again, as you typically do. You're once again here just trying to start an argument, and I just don't appreciate it. Next time you get banned, there'll be no unbanning you, because you've been banned like 2 or 3 times now. Like, I won't unban you again. Saudi would pay about 75 to 8 million for Salah and Jan. No, they won't. Again, now why would they? If Salah's being forced out, no club's going to pay like top price for them. Big supporter of the moves for Wirtz and Isaac, and they haven't panned out. Burning the Salah bridge makes no sense. Yeah, I think both Wirtz and Isaac will come good for Liverpool. I just think they will. They're both like absolutely brilliant talents. It's just about finding the right fit for how the team plays, right? I think Liverpool are in a weird situation now where I think they bought Ekatike because they weren't going to get Isaac, and then they managed to get Isaac against the odds. And so now they're in a situation where they've got genuinely two of the most elite strikers in the world right now. And when you play a one striker formation, that's a big problem because like both of them are £100 million talents, right? You can't have either of them on the bench. Like you have to be starting both of them. They broke their wage structure for Salah as well. FSG have had a shocker. Henep, how do you know what bronzes and silvers to Evo? These ones are just all the lowest rated cards in the game. Saudi will probably take him at 50 to 60 million purely because, yeah, 50 to 60 million I could see him going to Saudi for. Europe would be less than that. Europe would be like 40 million, 50 million max, 40 million, maybe even 30 million. My personal viewpoint is that Slot will go and Salah will stay. Not because I think any one player is bigger than the club, because I would never think that, but more because I think Slot isn't a great manager and he's proving that this season. And I think Salah is a great player and he's proved that over his career. And so I think it'll be a case of, right, let's get rid of Slot for January, bring a new manager in, give Salah one more kick of the can down the back end of the season and see if he can like fix the problems. Virtus and Salah both not very good in defense transition, which is why they can't have both of them in the team together. Luis Diaz is pressing from the front, showing the weakness of Salah the older he gets. Even 60 mil for a 30-year-old soon is crazy money, though. Yeah, it is. You hear Big Ange is available. Selling Diaz was a big... Well, Diaz wanted to go, didn't he? It's actually quite funny. Like, all of the left wingers... The quality left wingers have just constantly left Liverpool, haven't they? You know, Mane went, Diaz came in, Diaz was brilliant, Diaz went, Gakpo came in. Liverpool fans don't tend to love Gakpo, but I think Gakpo's a quality player. I don't think he's on the level of Diaz or Mane, mind you, but I think he is a quality player. Coutinho, well, Coutinho's playing more like Cam for Liverpool, wasn't he? He was behind Suarez. Same as Firmino. Slot started to implement his own tactics this season and haven't worked, and he seems clueless at times when stuff starts going wrong. I think dropping him while persisting with the same formation, he should change to a diamond midfield. They have profile players to play 3-5-2, 5-3-2. Don't know how true this is, but apparently if Alonso loses to City, he could be gone. Thoughts? Yeah, I mean, listen. Real Madrid have dropped points in games that they just shouldn't be dropping points in. I think yesterday, I was watching the game yesterday, obviously because I had like, because of SoRare, it was a really important game for me to try and hit streaks. And I did, fortunately, thanks to Eder Militao. Do you know what's funny? Eder Militao's injury is why I hit the streak, because getting that last man tackle in, which injured him, is the reason he got a decisive that pushed me over the threshold, which was brilliant. For me, obviously terrible for him. Yeah, I mean, like, they lost to Celta Vigo, who before this game were like bottom half of the table. They drew with Girona, who are currently in the relegation zone. They drew with Elche, who at the time were in the bottom half of the table. They drew with Vallecano, who are in the bottom half of the table. Like, they're dropping points to teams they should be like whitewashing. They honestly should be absolutely slapping these teams senseless, and they're losing to them and drawing to them. And you can't afford to do that in a title, in a league where like Barcelona are looking good, but more importantly, Villarreal are looking very good this season. And so, yeah, I think Alonso, it's not even about the results necessarily. It's about the performances. You know, obviously the issue that he has with Vinicius Jr. as well, like, is a bit of a problem. But I think I saw something yesterday after the game that I was watching, and somebody basically said, like, after they got the red card, that's when they started trying to play. And it's like they showed up almost expecting to win without trying. And then when they went down to 10 men, they were like, oh God, we might be in trouble to lose this. And then they tried to start playing. And with the talent that they've got, I mean, you know, it's fair to say Mbappe has carried them this season. If it wasn't for Mbappe and maybe even Arda Güler at the start of the season as well, they would be in even more trouble. Like Mbappe is just really covering over all of their problems. Mr. Deanface, thank you very much for the 3 months, man. Much appreciated, bro. MCFC Zach, thanks for the Prime, brother. And then David, thank you for the 34 months. He says, thank you for your great content. I really tried playing the game this year, just squad battles and gauntlet tournaments, but I'm just not good enough, and it's not fun facing the same teams and playstyles. Yeah, I mean, I think EA have got 2 things massively wrong. Maybe 3 things massively wrong over the last couple of years. And I think it's all come to a head this year. And I think those 3 things are playstyles, roles, and evolutions. I think they've just killed the game. Lep, do you think FC should bring out a thing where you can pay with coins as an evolution to remove a playstyle for a player? Yeah, I mean, I would love that. I think people that do Evos would love that. But as I was kind of just mentioning on how I think Evos have been part of the reason why the game is dying, hilariously, even though I love them. If you could also remove playstyles on players, I think you'd just be able to create perfect players. And I just don't think EA want that. Mbappe is clearly the best in the world. However, as a Madrid fan, he does hurt us a little bit as he's never in the box. We end up passing around the edge of the box all game, hoping for a moment of magic. Am I viewing other Evos? No, not right now. We're going to do some crappers stuff. I want to do. There was something I wanted to do today that's expiring. I think soon. I can't remember. Nothing here is important to us. Oh yeah, so there's Evos in here that I need to do. So I need to keep going into this cup. I also need to put an Italian and a Spanish player into the team. So we're going to have to get the worst Italian and worst Spanish player. Some reward Evos today expire at 6. I think I did every single evolution on the crappers. There's some now because they've come back. There's a few here now. Jesus Christ, there's so many again already. But for the reward Evos, yeah, I've just got the lightning. That's it. You have no interest in the Evo Cup. The Evos are average at best. Yeah, for this account, though, getting the chemistry boosts are really, really handy. So we would need a Spaniard. And an Italian. So we need an Italian for assists. I mean, we could take this Creti guy and just play him right mid because we've already got him as well. So that's pretty good. Or we could have this Mantini, but we don't have him in the club. So the first owner thing wouldn't work very well. And then, yeah, I think we've got this. Yeah, we've got this chick as well. So these will be the 2 players I think we'll have to put into the team. I don't really want to Evo them. I just want to try and get the goals and assists with them whilst playing the cup. When's the next episode of Crappers? Maybe tonight, if not, kind of like tomorrow afternoon. Yeah, Berbatov's price is silly for a few. So I was having, I want to say a discussion, but the guy was just being weirdly toxic about it. I tweeted yesterday, EA releasing an icon upgrade SBC needing an 88, 87, 86, and 85 rated squads. Where are we expected to grind for this? This guy responded, I've done countless icon packs, SBCs, and haven't put in a penny. There's plenty of ways to get fodder. Stop moaning for the sake of moaning. And I thought that's just a really weird thing to say because, first of all, I wasn't really moaning. I was just kind of asking a question as to where are we supposed to get the fodder? So I said to him, okay, starting right now, go and obtain the fodder this evening to complete just that one SBC. Let's see how long it takes. He said, I have the fodder already without the need to obtain it. So he obviously, like, he recognizes he can't do it. So he's just trying to be like, oh, I've already got it. So somebody else said, that's not what the original comment was. Try reading before getting on your high horse. And then he said, there's no fodder. I've done loads and still have fodder. So brainy. What else do I have to do? So I said, so then instead of being aggressive towards people who are interacting with you, why don't you explain how people can gather fodder without playing champs and squad battles and are able to complete countless icon packs and other SBCs? He said, where am I being aggressive? I guess he just doesn't even recognize in his own tone. It's just like generally aggressive. It wasn't me who called someone a dipshit, was it? I don't know where you're going wrong. I get plenty of fodder from Gauntlet, upgrades, rivals, and I've done nearly every icon and hero SBC. Around 30 anyway. And so I said, I'm not going wrong. I'm asking how you've obtained that much fodder to do 30 icon and hero SBCs with no champs or squad battles, because I've done all the things you've done and more, and have done less SBCs than you claim to have done. So there's something missing with what you're saying. Otherwise, I would have also had the fodder to do 30 or more icon and hero SBCs. And yeah, like, no way, exactly. There's no chance on earth that he's done 30 or more icon and hero SBCs and doesn't play champs and squad battles. No, just no chance. There's just no chance. Right now, in this moment in the game, there's not much access to fodder whatsoever, right? In seasonal, there's like, okay, there's like, what do these give? Like 78 plus packs and whatever, but there's nothing here, right? In live events, it's only this, and most people have probably already done this. So you don't have like extra access to this. But even if you hadn't done this, the best you've got is an 83 by 10 and an 84 by 3, right? In campaign, there's like, look at the packs it gives out, man. An 81 plus by 1, an 82 by 3, an 83 by 2. This isn't giving you fodder to do anything. In the game right now, right in this moment, there is quite simply not enough fodder obtainable and not enough coins obtainable to do even one mid-range price SBC. It's impossible. It's impossible. It's impossible. Only way would be FIFA points on shite tradable packs. And they call this slow in the power curve. Yeah, so like, oh, I like, guys, I just think EA have got it. Like I said, I think they've got it massively, massively wrong this year. I think it's, like I say, I think it's a lot of things that have kind of all boiled down and come to a head at the same time. But I think roles, for example, I think are, in principle, they're a good idea and they should allow creativity with building teams to kind of build teams how you want. But in reality, it omits you from using your favorite players, and it leads you into using the most efficient roles, right? Like, for example, at left mid and right mid, inside forward is by far and away the best role. If you use winger, wide playmaker, or wide midfielder, you are just immediately putting yourself at a disadvantage unless you have specifically set up for something that they are good for. And people don't do that, right? So roles generally, every single position has a best role, right? For centre mids, for ones that you want to go forwards, playmaker, attacking is the best role. For ones that you want to stay backwards, deep lying playmaker, defending is the best one. Like for your centre backs, defend is the best. Like defender is it's just the best one by far. And it's like all of a sudden now, if you don't have plus or at the very least plus in the optimum roles, you get fucked. You just get fucked straight away. So roles were supposed to allow creativity with tactics, squad building, and player usage, and it's done the opposite. It's like it's handcuffed people to certain players and certain tactics and certain formations, which is terrible. Play styles is equally as problematic. I saw this TikTok today, and the guy didn't actually post the update of it, so I'll hopefully find it eventually. But he got the lowest shooting player in the game, which is like a bronze centre back. He put a finesse shot plus on him, and he's going to go and play some games with him with 21 shooting. And I guarantee you he scores loads of goals with him, because even though he's only got 21 shooting, his playstyle, the playstyle plus is just going to carry him 100%. And it's one of those things again where it's like playstyles, there are only a few elite playstyles, and if you don't have them, you are at a significant disadvantage this year. And you know, EA talked on how playstyles were going to be an aside to stats, and they're just wrong again. They've just got it wrong again. Playstyles are way, way, way more important than stats, like way more important than stats. And it's really sad. We also don't know the difference between a roll plus and a roll plus plus. Yeah, I don't understand that, Matt. You know, they let something slip a little while ago, a month ago or so, with to do with like stand tackle, and how at 85 stand tackle, the player gets like unlocks all of the animations to do the stand tackles. Why isn't that public knowledge? Why don't we know about like what different animations do you get for the different slide tackle like regions, and where do those regions exist? And we could probably determine ourselves where the kind of thresholds are within the stats for what is important, because that's where they cap it. So for example, this evolution here has long passing capped to 89, which suggests, if we read between the lines, that 90 long passing is where they unlock like more animations or better, like, you know, where there's like a jump in how long passing works. Similar for crossing, the fact that it's capped at 83 crossing suggests that 84 crossing is where new animations come, or like it improves it significantly, even though it's only a +1 in stats. And it's the same for everything here. Free kicks at 83, curve at 86, agility at 80. It all just suggests that the stat above is where the value of that attribute comes in. Have you tried playing the PlayStation tournaments? You get 500 FC points for winning. I won 3 of the kickoff tournaments the other day without playing a game. My opponents just didn't show up. Good way to pay for the season pass. I was going to do it last year, but yeah, I think it would be fun. Yeah. It was the same before when they had the no-touch dribbling. Was far better once you had 86 plus dribbling. They unlocked a new animation. Yeah, and it's that sort of thing, right? Where, and this is why the game's in a terrible state, because they don't explain where the stat thresholds are and what they do. Because if they did, we would be able to manipulate, again, the players that we have and the tactics that we use to get the most benefit. Like, for example, 85 stand tackle is what they said that gives new, like, all of the animations for stand tackles. I would dare say that the difference then between 85 stand tackle and 99 stand tackle is negligible, because if you've already got all of the animations at that point, it's going to be a very fine line between what else you get, right? So that means now, specifically on my defenders here, I don't really need to give a shadow chem style to this player, because he has 90 defensive awareness and 85 stand tackle. He's already at that threshold level that he needs to be. So I could do better maybe with either an anchor or an engine or a catalyst, like, and to boost like other relevant stats, because it seems like it's actually a waste giving him these stats. Similar with Liu Ju-Kang here. Now his stand tackle is way low. He needs the chem style, but it's also the same for passing, right? I don't know. I don't know if I remember this because I saw it, or if I dreamed it or thought it or what. But they said something about finesse shots and how curve has nothing to do with the shots, right? So finesse shot, like, I can't remember where I read it, but basically finesse shot playstyle boosts the curve significantly to the point where you don't need curve. But it's also true that it boosts like finishing and shot power. But it doesn't boost it. It's like it's a weird multiplier. And again, it's like, how far, like how is it, how can it be that just having a play style makes these, like, his shooting stats irrelevant? How can it be? Finesse plus gives 99 curve, I believe. No, see, that's where I think you're wrong though, because they did something that literally stated, like specifically stated, that curve has nothing to do with shooting. On that point, my best Evo centre back is 71 rated. I can easily use him in champs. He has terrible defending, but high reactions, 89 pace, and every defensive playstyle. So if you have 99 curve, shot power, and finishing, does finesse plus matter? Yeah, it does, because it amplifies it like beyond. On clubs, you need curve to a certain threshold to unlock finesse. Yeah, which is interesting, isn't it? It is interesting. The stats can go above 99. I can't remember how they explained it in one of the things that they were talking about. But it's like, do you remember the podcast, the Foot Weekly podcast from last year, where they had the gameplay producer and he was kind of explaining that you have the attribute and then you have like roles were like multiplying things and stuff. So they don't go above 99 per se. I genuinely don't know how to like explain it like comprehensively. Even normal Ibanez, only missing anticipate on his playstyles. Yeah, he is, yeah. Right, let's see if we've got any Evos that we can pop on these guys. So I haven't got any coins. I suppose I could probably go and sell some stuff to get some coins to do some Evos, get some better players. I have finesse plus on cards with 70 shooting, and they score as though they're shooting as 90 plus. Yeah, yes, exactly that. How much are 86 is? 4.5k. Man, that doesn't even feel like it's worth selling. I suppose it is, though, because I do want the coins. What have we got in club that's tradable? An 86 rated team of the week for 13k. Not a chance in hell am I selling that. Wait, I just don't ever think like, look how many team of the weeks we've got. Like, we've got 100k in team of the weeks there. We've got a Pedri. He'll sell for about 20... Jesus Christ, 20k for an 89 rated. I mean, I'm going to do it because I want to get these Evos underway. Irene Paradis, she's like 12k. That's insane. Maybe I'll wait for the Claudia Pina SBC to come out first before I sell them. Oh, we're up to 28k already. I guess something sold straight away. Maybe I could do one of those evolutions then. I mean, I could do Chance Creator. So we've actually got somebody that this would be good for because they've already got Long Ball Pass Plus. And I don't think Long Ball Pass Plus is like an elite playstyle. Oh no, he's got Incisive Pass Plus. So if we give it to Kim Dong-min, he'll gain 16 vision, 13 long passing for a +1 overall. I think that's worth it because that does take his passing stats up massively and it does give him... Oh no, he won't even gain Long Ball Pass Plus. Maybe I'll give it to somebody else. We've got Tricks and Flicks, but it gives Tricks to plus, and I'm just not interested in that. The Silver Skiller. See, this could go on Kim Dong. Oh no, it can't because he's already got a Playstar Plus. But yeah, the Evos in general have been rubbish recently. And I do think it's because EA realised the impact that Evos are having on the game. See if we've got anything fun in here. That new Silver Skill Evo is so stupid. Yeah, what you've got to do is put it onto a player and then not complete the last level and just let the timer expire. And so I'll put it on somebody like a week, but like just as it starts to expire, just to complete it and get it done like that. Do I think Gauntlet Die will be able to go into the Evo? Well, yeah, I mean, you can tell, can't you? Can't you see? I don't know is the answer. Don't know is the answer. Can I watch your last video where you're talking about the Silver Trickster Evo giving Trickster Plus? I would normally agree with everything you said about no one wanting it, but the context of the Jogo Benito Evo can understand why they've done it. It's not... It doesn't bother me that it gives Trickster Plus. That's not the problem. It bothers me that they are forcing you to put it on someone. It bothers me that they, instead of allowing you to have somebody with a Playstyle Plus already and just being able to like get just Trickster instead of Trickster Plus, you have to put it on somebody that has no Playstyle Plus, which means unless you just wait for the timer to expire, you quite literally have to give someone Trickster Plus. And I think that goes against what the game is and what it should be. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't think you should be forced to put a Playstyle Plus on someone. And I suppose you're not. You just don't do the Evo, and then boom, there you go. All of a sudden, you're not actually you're not doing it at that point, are you? Do you play Gauntlet with this account? Yes. Yes, I do, yeah. This is the first team, mostly. The second team and third team are just other bronze teams with some Evos, not nearly as good as this team. We've actually got some better players than what we've got here. But I need to build the actual... teams. So all of these players basically are in like other setups. I just wanted to have a look. At somebody who's already got Trickster. What does he get? He goes into Tricks and Flicks. So he goes up to a 75 and he gains 4 dribbling. But that's the individual dribbling stat. That's not worth it for a +1 on him. However, this guy... he would gain Trickster Plus, but would gain a huge boost in dribbling and would become a 58 rated with some really sick dribbling stats and 5-star skill moves. Did I play Champs this week? No, I haven't played Champs yet. I haven't played Champs. I was planning to. But honestly, I just don't care to. I just like even though I think like playing to 7 or 8 wins if you do it like quickly or whatever, you know, if I just like back out of games where I'm losing and just get, you know, keep the form at 0 effectively, even though I can probably do it in like 2.5 hours or less, I just don't think it's worth it, mate. I just don't think it's worth it. All right. Oh, damn. Oh, I didn't put the Spanish and Italian players into the team, did I? I guess we're just doing an Evo this one then.
What are you expecting to see? These two teams will be fully aware of what's at stake. A place in the semi-final of this great competition. It should be
maybe I'll pause it at or at half time. I'll maybe bring the players on.
Can he? Oh, our hats are off. What a challenge! He really did do well there. So the initial 11 for the home side. Luis Diaz starts with Rodrigo out wide, and the starting role at attack today is handed to Robert Lewandowski.
Yo, thanks for those stream streaks coming in there, guys. Much appreciated.
So it's all about getting control of that central area, and which of the wide players has the greatest effect on the game. Well, where has the time gone? It seems like only 5 minutes ago he was joining the club, but today Stuart marks his 200th appearance. Well, what an achievement this is.
I hate people that play like this, man. I just hate people that play like this. He is happy to just stand still and let the AI defend for him. I hate it. It's so boring, man. It's so boring. Like, what enjoyment do you get out of this? If you rage quit, your losses, they don't go towards your MMR. Yes, they do. I don't know who's telling those lies, but if you rage quit, you absolutely lose your MMR.
Well, plenty of scope for them to attack. Can he play it in? Oh, he looks threatening. Took a really smart piece of defending to stop them. Oh, left his man behind here. And given free rein to run. Very alert defending to cut off the supply.
Bit of goal scoring chance for him now. My fullback was right up the field.
And just like that, broken up.
Well, they made some good decisions there.
Look what he's doing, Lewandowski. He's not even sprinting back. He's just casually walking back towards the goal with his striker. Because he knows that the AI will do all of the work for him. It's so dead. It's so dead.
Back underway. 1-0 it is.
You heard hashtag house say that? Yeah, they are wrong.
Nicely over the top. Good defending to stop a decent-looking attack. Rodrigo. The first half here comes to an end.
Stream sniper? No, this isn't a stream sniper. This is how people play the game, mate. Genuinely. Played my last game of Champs for the foreseeable future yesterday. Kept losing my head just for terrible rewards in the end. Yeah, I feel you, man. I feel you.
And away they go again into the second half.
Look, he's just standing still with his players. Like, man, they are. People should just be punished for playing like this. But EA just don't have them in a position where they are punished for playing like this. Oh, she just doesn't have the shot power.
It's absolutely remarkable. His reflexes were brilliant there.
Oh, what a touch that is. Probably now, please, babe. But look at his team, man. Look at the way he's set up. And like, I don't necessarily blame him for it, because he's obviously just doing what he does because he knows it gets wins, and it's like the best way he can play.
Crossing opportunity. Can they set up a chance? Oh, it's on! And he's done it! Parity
Let's go,
again.
baby.
A magnificent game unfolding.
Maybe, but I've never got 12 wins. I should not be playing someone with 12 wins when I have 6. Yeah, but like, the matchmaking being bad doesn't mean that losing a game doesn't change your elo, right? It does.
And a throw-in it's going to be. Oh, got into position brilliantly.
Well, this is that Italian right back. He doesn't have the abilities or the facilities to make that sort of pass.
Throw-ins given.
The only thing that counters this is if you somehow get the open goal. Yeah, if you get the first goal, then they, like, these sort of players, like, capitulate. Do you know what I mean? because then they just go all hell for leather. They don't know how to actually like do it properly. Doesn't deserve that. They don't know how to like defend properly, so they start just sprinting at you, and it gives you like easy goals. Okay, cool. Fun. I didn't say anything about that. I think it was the other guy. I was just asking if matchmaking was messed up. Well, matchmaking is just, it's not... matchmaking is just dumb in the first place. It's another thing that I think EA have completely wrong. But also, it's not like an exact science. Do you know what I mean? Like, it does say that it tries to find you a game with a better connection and fast, more than it tries to find you a game as like equal skill or whatever.
Plenty of support here. Is it going to be?
How's the keeper not got that there?
He could hardly miss.
Am I reviewing viewers' Evos today? No, sorry.
It's a total of 4 goals in this match now. 3-1 it is. Real chance.
That pen. Just go down. Just go down.
There to cover up. That's how to dispossess your opponent. Could pull one back here.
Well, at least we've got a goal with a Spanish player.
Fasten your seatbelts. This is not in the bag just yet.
Matchmaking is terrible, but the fact people are matching others with wildly different records, does that not tell us there is a distinct lack of players actually playing champs? Well, no, because it's been like this since like the introduction of champs matchmaking. Even in FIFA 17, the matchmaking was wildly different. Like there's no
Well, the action
no
shortage of entertainment.
oh, it's only doing it now and it didn't do it before situation. It's always done this.
And there it is, the final whistle, and the fans will be leaving the stadium with smiles on their faces.
I would happily wait 10 seconds more to not play someone who's 13-0 when I'm 2-0. So yeah, I agree with you. I think most people would do that. I think most people would prefer, like I think there's enough people that are playing this game where you be able to find somebody on your actual level. Damn, we only have 4k XP on this. Haven't played champs since the first weekend league. Now just focus on live events and grind SBCs. Much better use of time. Yeah, it is. It is. I wonder if I would love to know like what EA internally talk about and say about when it comes to this sort of thing. Basically, my last game at 10-4 was against a guy 14-0. I lost obviously. So here's the problem though. In EA's eyes, that's a fair match. And the reason why is because matchmaking caps at +10 form, right? So the guy who's 14-0 is +10, not +14, and you are +6, right? So plus 10 versus +6 isn't worlds apart. And when it used to be 30 games or 40 games, especially when it was 30 games, a +4 elo difference wasn't that bad. But this year, because and last year, because it's only 15 games now, a +4 elo is a huge swing. It's a huge swing. Isn't it still ±8 max min? I don't know where you've ever read that from. I don't think they've ever specifically said how far up and down you can go from your own form. They just say within your form region, and they don't specify beyond that. Because again, they know that people would manipulate it if they kind of explained it, and that's why I think if you're 2-1, you should play someone 2-1. If you're 5-4, you should play someone 5-4. If you're 14-0, you should play someone 14-0. Does the total amount of wins you have determine who you verse in champs as well? I've gone up to 7-0 last champs and then ended 9-6. No, it's just your form. So at 7-0, you're +7. And then if you end 9-6, you end +3. And again, like that's it's within the realms of like being similar. You know, especially let's say you lost your last game. If instead you won your last game, we went 10-5, you've gone from a +7 form to a +5 form. But like again, the difference. Here's the thing, right? And I try and use like draft as an example as how to explain this, right? If your first game is against somebody with no thumbs and you go 1-0, you've got a win, which is great, but you've played somebody terrible. If your second game at 1-0 is against, let's say you get the worst 2 players in the world and they happen to randomly match each other in champs, one of them has to win, right? Which means one of them becomes, thanks, babe. All right. Which means one of them has to go to 1-0 record, which means now you've got one of the worst 2 players in the world on a 1-0 record. Now imagine you get the 4 worst players in the world and they play against each other. 2 of them go to 1-0. Now imagine that those 2 players somehow manage to match each other, which means one of them goes to 2-0. So now, like, when you think about you being 7-0, for example, but maybe you're not that good of a player, you might be 2-0 and you might match in your third game quite literally the 4th worst player in the world because they're 2-0 because they've just happened to match incredibly bad players as well, which means you get some really easy games at high form because people's randomness has taken them to different levels of form. And it's the reason why the whole form system is so stupid, because you could be, if your first game is against Tex, you're losing. So you're 0-1 because not because it's fair or right, but because you've played the best player in the world. If you get back to, you go and win again, right? And then you get back to 1-1, and your next game, because you're now at 0 form, you're eligible to play against people who are on their first game. Your next game could again be against a pro. So now all of a sudden, you're 3 games in, you face 2 pros and you're 1-2. How is that like fair? It doesn't account, the matchmaking doesn't account for player skill. It accounts for like the fortune or misfortune of the players you've previously played. And so, in my personal opinion, the best remedy for matchmaking would be to remove it in champs. It's already as close to random as you can get anyway. You might as well just make it random. It should be based on player skill, i.e. matches in rivals. No, again, because that would be manipulated. Everyone would just be in Division 10. Hold on a sec, guys. Just got to read something real quick. Just give me a sec, guys. Sorry. I suppose the way KD would have worked in Warzone as such, but then the problem is, say, people can manipulate the system. Rush is actually insufferable. Yeah, I feel you, man. Would you suggest even my silver icons for better stats or just leave them at max 74? I'd say like build your best silver team and then just don't touch those players and then just evo the other icons that you got, because obviously there's more than enough icons now, isn't there? Oh, evo that game's less time. Yeah, I think they're 4-minute halves. Don't evo the silvers. Yeah, you don't have to. You can if you want to. I thought you were saying hold them. I said build your best 11. And then with what else you've got left, you can evo those ones, right? Been playing FIFA for 14 years. The state of the game is shocking. Don't bother playing anymore because it simply isn't fun. I think that's the biggest problem right now. Josh sent me something to put up onto TikTok, actually, which I haven't done yet, where I was streaming the other day and I was like talking about League SBCs and how EA have gone out of their way to just make them difficult. You know, it takes you 15 minutes to do a League SBC run through for a rare gold players pack, a small rare gold players pack, when in theory it should take 5 minutes because, you know, you're spending 10 minutes in the SBC trying to wangle max 1 club and 3 rares and a specific rating and stuff. And it's just not fun. It's just not fun. The only way to manipulate a proper skill-based matchmaking system would be to intentionally lose, right? Yeah, the problem is EA don't apply correct skill-based matchmaking. And in the one mode that they do, which is rivals, it's not beneficial to be above your skill level. Or even at your skill level. I have to drink this faster. And give us something to grind. The problem with giving something to grind, and this is EA's absolute biggest issue in a nutshell, right? They only go on extremes. Something is either absolutely not worth your time to grind, or it's so efficient that it's the only thing worth doing. And both of those are problems. They need to implement something where you get an average return for your time. You miss the old League SBCs with a repeatable player at the end. Like, they were good and all, but they wouldn't fix a problem now. And this is what I mean, right? That new SBC, that new Icon SBC that got re-released yesterday, even just to do the 88 rated squad, that would require you to do 11 League SBC run-throughs, which would take you around 3 hours. Now, you might pack some other stuff along the way from those packs or whatever, but do you want to spend 3 hours doing League SBCs to complete one squad of an Icon SBC? What a waste of time. What an absolute horrendous waste of time. Give me 1 second here, guys. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Just buy coins. Well, there you go. I really need to go and get my hair cut, guys. I've needed to get it cut for about a month, and I just keep putting it off and putting it off and putting it off. Right, guys, just got to send a quick email. All right. Here's the thing, though. I think even if you bought coins and had access to most SBC stuff, it wouldn't be that much more fun. Let me just go bathroom, guys. I'll be right back. When it comes to fun, you know, playing Arc Raiders changed my viewpoint on FIFA. It kind of didn't necessarily change it, but it most certainly amplified things I already had as concerns, right? And what I mean by that is, I already kind of felt like we should have the facilities to do everything on this game. I don't think it should be given to us. I don't think it should be, oh, you log in, you spend 10 minutes doing one SBC and boom, everything's done. I think it should take time, take effort, take energy, but be rewarding, right? When it came to playing Arc Raiders, they have that. There's nothing you can't do on that game. You could do everything, right? The only thing you can't do is buy all of the skins in the store, but they don't offer any kind of like gameplay advantage. It's just visual, right? It's just cosmetics. So the more I played Arc Raiders, the more I sit there and I think, why can't I do everything on this game? Like, why? Genuinely. And then the other night, Josh and I and Dave were talking about, Josh was kind of like talking about how the casinos now in Las Vegas have added a 000 to the roulette wheel, right? And it's just a way of squeezing your customer a little bit more. And like, apparently, like, Las Vegas is on its knees, right? Like, the gambling sector and the gambling industry out there is just like falling by the wayside, specifically in Las Vegas. And it's things like what they're doing I can associate to EA, right? Because if you're a punter that goes to the Vegas casinos and you put £1 on a number, the odds are 36 to 1. They were 36 to 1 when there was 1-0, 36 to 1 when there was 2, like a 00 as well, and still 36 to 1 with a 000, which means now you're getting paid 36 to 1 for the true odds of 39 to 1. And even though in and of itself that isn't a huge scalping, over time it costs people millions. And what the casinos think is, oh, we'll squeeze an extra 1 or 2% out of our customers because we can. But what that does is it like sends those customers away because they don't want a 36 to 1 odds on a 39 in 1 chance. And if you bet red or black, you now have far less than a 50% chance of hitting the red or the black because there's 3 greens there as well, right? So what EA do is the same thing. They squeeze you just a little percent here and a little percent there. They make SBCs a little, like, you know, little things like removing the 400 coin bronze packs. That's squeezed a little bit of profit out of everyone. Removing fitness cards. That's squeezed a little bit of ability to make profit out of people. Removing the ability to use bronze players in marquee matchups. That has squeezed a little bit out of people. Nerfing marquee matchups rewards, for example. Like, we used to get 50k packs for marquee matchups. Now you get like or even like rare mega packs. You used to get like a team of the week pack sometimes for market matchups, or even a player SBC, like a player. Now you get like Electrum player packs and mixed player packs, and they squeezed you a little bit. And then what they've also done in regards to creating the actual SBCs for marquee matchups is they now have a minimum silver requirement. So again, they squeeze your ability to use your bronze packs, right? To use your bronze players. They removed the 5k gold packs. They removed the 3.75k, or sorry, the 2.5k silver packs. They removed, like, even this year for the icon SBCs, they removed the bronze and silver segments because it was a way for people to generate revenue from rare bronzes and silver bronzes. So they squeezed just a little bit more, that little bit of like, oh, what else could we take? Oh, let's just squeeze them a little bit. And over time, it has squeezed people out over time. In the moment, you think, oh man, no bronze and silver squads for icons anymore. That's a bit savage. But when you look backwards and look at all of the occasions that they have squeezed us that little bit for their own gain, it makes the game hilariously unenjoyable to play at any level, whether you're good, bad, somewhere in between, whether you've got lots of time, a little bit of time, whether you want to do evos only, whether you want to be like meta rat. Everything that they do, very small, every turn, little squeeze of getting a little bit more from their customer, and it's in the end driving the customer away. And it's like, that's why this game isn't fun, because EA are so greedy that they are putting their customers' enjoyment at risk for the sake of 1% revenue growth, 2% revenue growth, 3% revenue growth. And it is finally coming back to bite them in the arse, which is why when you see content creators and streamers and ex-posts and stuff like that now, people's views are like genuinely like 500, 600% down compared to this time 4 years ago, 5 years ago. Even the store packs, man. Like, and again, this is one where I'm really surprised that they're able to do this in like a Peggy 3 game sense. But they have different coin values for the same FIFA point values, and I think that is ridiculous. Have we got something here that's got the same coin value? Oh yeah, there you go. Look, 1,500 FC points for a 225k pack, 1,500 FC points for a 250,000 coin pack. And it's like they do it all the time. They change the coin value of the pack. So again, it's just that little squeeze. If we go back to 100k packs, 100k packs used to be 2,000 FC points, right? So in theory, this pack should either be a 75k pack or it should be 2,500 FIFA points. It should be 5,000 FIFA points, not 1,500. But the way that they market their packs is, hey, if you want to use the currency that you can earn in game, we're going to price hike you. But if you want to use the currency that you can buy from the store, we'll give you a massive, massive, massive discount on it. And it's, again, just another one of the ways that they just squeeze people. Just squeeze you that little bit. Oh, how the fuck can people earn 250,000 coins in this game? How? Let alone like three. What's the most expensive pack here? 400. Who the fuck has got that? And then people like I've seen, there was a discussion from Orzio on his stream the other day where somebody was asking him about coin sponsors and how he doesn't have a coin sponsor in spite of the money he's been offered because he doesn't agree with it. But when EA are charging such extortionate coins and so much FIFA points, I think buying coins is a good I think there's a good reason to buy coins now, right? And do you have a risk of being banned? Yes, you do. I still think it's worthwhile. Because otherwise you're just at the risk of not enjoying the game. And if you spend the money on the FC points instead, right, which is within the terms of service, what you get back for that is so fucking ambiguous, right? It's so ambiguous that you're not getting value from your money. And so I personally would rather buy coins, get banned, create a new account and buy coins again than spend money on the FC points, lose my money, and still have nothing to show for it. If you also, you know, if you buy coins, get banned, you have nothing to show for it. If you spend FIFA points and open this pack, you still have fucking nothing to show for it. So where's the added value of spending the money on the FC points? Yeah, season pass is crazy this year. And I again, when we talk about squeezing, right? They've reduced the time of the season pass from like sometimes 6 weeks, sometimes 5 to now 4 weeks, right? They still charge the same amount of FC points for it. They still charge the same amount of coins for it, and they still give back the same amount of rewards for it. So for the premium pass, right? For the premium pass, 500,000 coins is still what you need to pay. And it's not worth it. Even the player at the end, like that Rodrigo, I thought that Rodrigo was worth it. I've played about 10 games with that Rodrigo maximum. By time you get to the end of this season, I don't even know who's at the end, but by the time you get to the end of the season and you're able to obtain your 89 Zola, no one's going to care. No one's going to care. Like, this isn't already this. I've got Evos that are as good as this card. Do you know what I mean? Like, this card just, especially the fact that you can't get it for another like week or 10 days. Yes, most people don't care about him now. Precisely. He's not even worth it, like right now. Okay, you don't just get Zola. You get some like tradable packs. You get some Evos. I think the Evos are pretty much the only thing that are worthwhile in the season pass. But it's another way that they squeezed us. Same price in coins, same price in FC points, less time. And the reason why less time is actually a bad thing in this sense is because you're getting like, if it's less time, it should be less coins. It should be less FIFA points. If it's 5 weeks season and that costs 500,000 coins for the premium pass, a 4-week season should be 400,000 coins for the premium pass, right? I mean, if you don't want the content in the premium pass, you can just not buy it. Yeah, absolutely, you can just not buy it. Like, I don't think anyone's disputing that. It's less about the, if you don't want it, don't buy it. It's more about the, how come it had more value last year and now it has less value? They tested it last year. They hooked people in with 500k premium pass, where it was a game cycle, by the way, where it's significantly easier to make coins, right? Spending 500,000 coins, you got some unbelievable store packs in return. You got some unbelievable tradable packs in return. You got some unbelievable evolutions and players in return. And you would make a huge portion of your 500,000 coins back from the store packs, right? Because players had more value, the store packs were better, and again, it was just generally easier to make coins last year. So they mentally had people think, oh, this is sick. Like, season pass, it was actually good last year, and it was good last year. This year, they're like, right, we've got them now, boys. How can we squeeze them? Oh, I'll tell you what, let's reduce the amount of time that they have to complete the season from 5 weeks to 4 weeks, so that we can get 1 or 2 extra seasons in, which is an extra 1,000 or 2,000 FC points per year, right? What about the rewards? Yeah, we'll reduce the store packs and the value and the quality of the store packs so that they don't obtain as much coins back. We'll reduce the quality and the quantity of the players and the Evos that are in these season passes so that they don't get as much back off of that. And all of a sudden, it's something that we think we like is actually terrible, right? It's been squeezed a little bit. The rants get annoying, not going to lie. Go away then. Just leave. I'm all for lowering the price of it, but they shouldn't make the rewards better. They shouldn't make the rewards better. One sec, guys. My boy's back. One sec.
What is this team? This is the Crappers, mate. I know maybe it's not fun to hear me rant, guys, and I don't really do it often these days. But it's demoralizing to see a game that I've poured half my life into. Like literally, you know, I've been creating content on this game since 2009. I've been playing Ultimate Team since it began in 2009. I've been creating Ultimate Team content since 2011. I've poured my life into this game. And to see it go from a game that we loved to a game that we tolerated to a game that we're now beginning to hate is really, really sad. And I don't want to just be like, ah, well, I don't like it. I don't like what EA are doing. I'll just walk away. I want to tell EA, like, this is shit. This is bollocks. Like, you're driving people away because I don't give up on things easy ever, right? That's why, like, I always run the RTGs into the ground. I always run like some of the content patterns into the ground because I don't like giving up on things. And I don't want to just be like, nah, well, I'll walk away from Ultimate Team. I want to tell EA, these are the things that are the problems. Like, remedy it, fix it. Like, honestly, like, bring our game back, bring the fun back to the game because this game isn't fun. It has moments of fun. Let's not get it twisted, right? It has moments of fun and moments of enjoyment, but it inherently is not fun. And that's really fucking sad. If it wasn't for Evos, I wouldn't play the game anymore. Yes, Evos definitely like saved me. Evos are definitely the thing that I get the most enjoyment out of. Feel and ills of the game video discussion. It would only be fair to include the community, leakers, Discord, and coin sellers in that too. Yeah, it's all a problem. And I know it's hypocritical from me. I know it's like, I have a coin sponsor, right? I know that coin sponsors aren't necessarily good for the game, but I actually think that they are good for the user on an individual one-to-one basis over the store packs. The other thing about like store packs, and again, we was talking before about like EA squeezing with everything. It blows my mind how this is all literally, apart from this one here, no, that is as well. It blows my mind. Every single promo pack in the store right now, without exception, is untradeable. Untradeable. Which means you are spending your money for something that you can only use or not use. You cannot sell it. And again, that is why I will say I think I would much rather somebody spend 250,000 coins on this pack than I'd much rather people just didn't buy from the store anyway, because it's worthless, it's pointless. Whether it's with coins or FC points is worthless. But this pack here, where was it? This one, 3,500 FC points, right? How much value is that worth? That's about £25. That's a £25 pack. But if you were to buy, you would get one base icon, maximum 90 rated, and 40 gold players 80 or higher with 10 83 or higher for £25. And it's all untradeable. All of it. Who in their right mind is opening this pack? what's the percentage of getting banned? I don't know. It depends how much you buy, man. Like I've had people in my chat, maybe some are here now that buy coins and can speak on it. But I've had viewers that have bought coins for like 2 straight years and they've never been banned. And it's like, it's one of those situations where it's like, if you went and bought probably like 5 or 10 million coins, you're probably getting banned. If you went and bought, 500,000 coins, I'm not going to say you won't get banned because there is a risk. There is a risk. And no, I'm not going to say that there isn't because that would literally just be a lie. There is a risk. But I think the likelihood of you getting banned is really small. I've sold over 8 million coins this year and never been banned. How did you obtain 8 million coins, Official Aces? Bought 1.5 mil the other day, still here. I've had my coins wiped selling a silver player used for SBCs a few years ago. Yeah, well, and that's the other thing, isn't it? You can even play by the rules that EA set and still get banned. Do you know what was funny? A couple of years ago, EA released like this piece before the game came out about how trading is an important part of the game. And like, you basically told people that if you want to make coins, you've got to trade, right? That's like, in a nutshell, that's what they said. That very same year, people were getting banned left, right, and center for buying loads of bronze players. And then when League SBCs first came, they sold all those bronze players for like 10K and they all got banned. All of those people got banned. It's the luck of the draw. I know people have been banned buying 1 million coins and others that have bought 5 million plus and not got banned. Evo trading. I got in on Araujo when he was 900 coins and the SBC Evo made him extinct. Oh, fair enough. GG's. You're just better off accepting your team is shit and saving your hard-earned money for something else. When the game is as cheesy and as broken as it is currently, there's no point anymore. Well, so that's the other thing, right? You don't need to spend money on this game whatsoever. There is enough in the game to take you to your upper limit of skill. Like, this is like EA's greatest like magic trick, man. They have convinced people that having Mbappe will make you better. They have convinced people that having Vinicius Jr. or having Ousmane Dembele or having Putellas or Bonmati will make you better at the game, and it just won't. You could buy a cheap sweat team for 300k. Yeah, precisely. Yeah, Gauntlet's coming today, yeah. How are leaks even a thing? Do you know what? I said this yesterday in the 6 PM content. I don't know if leaks are a thing anymore at the moment. Because the leakers are really, really quiet. Like Donk, for example, the last leak that he posted was December the 5th. When's that? 3 days ago. Foot Sheriff, when was the last time he posted a leak? Mate, it's been a while. The Lamine Yamal Player of the Month card on December the 3rd. Like, usually what day are we on today? Monday. We'd usually already have the next promo leaked. And at least 1 or 2 of the, cards leaked. We would already, we don't know what content is coming today. Do you know what I mean? There is no leak at all on the content that's coming today. The only thing we know is that AC Foot put out the SBCs and objectives are officially coming. The ones that we haven't seen yet is Sard, Zaha, and Bardet. So, and Lavelle. So we'd expect one of those today. Right? But other than that, even like AC, who's like one of the bigger leakers, is barely leaking anything. Yeah, Pina will be today. Isn't Zaha Gauntlet reward, or am I bugging? No, Zaha's not. It's Ndai is the Gauntlet reward. You know why that is, though? Leaks are a private thing now, not public. But if they were a private thing, they're a public thing, right? All it takes is one person to pay, to get into a private server, to create their own X account and be like, oh, hey, here you go, guys. This is the content that's coming. Like, and then boom, boom, their own X account. Yeah, it just takes one person to leak the leak, and that would happen if they were private only. Those, they would absolutely be all over the public, like public's Twitter and stuff. Would that and die fit into the new event? I'm not sure, mate, because we don't know like his play styles, his like how many positions and stuff like that he's got. I am not sure. Yeah, he killed my favorite series of timed RTGs with this year's content. Are you not doing an Arsenal RTG? No, not this year. I have got like my main RTG with loads of Arsenal players on it, but the crap is who's the best player. There's a few good players. Like this guy's very good. He's got some really good stats. This guy's quite good. He needs a few more upgrades. This guy's very good, but still needs passing and physical. Bit of dribbling upgrades. This guy's quite good. Needs a shooting and passing upgrade. This guy's very good. Needs a passing upgrade. The rest of them are a bit stinky. That's Interpol's upgrade. It looks all right. Well, it would just be a +2, right? So what's the hide rate so far? Yeah, 75 for Hibigen. I wonder if like one of these Evos now. I wonder if that Trickster one. I wonder if Tricks and Flicks is good for him. So give him some ball control, some skill moves, boosts his dribbling really nicely. Takes him up to 4-star, 4-star. He wouldn't get the play style, so it would just be that like dribbling upgrade. I don't even know if it's worth it, to be fair. 10 dribbling, 12 ball control for a +1. All right, I need to do draft, guys. I need to do a draft. God, I came on today with the idea of like grinding some champs, doing some RTG, doing some Evos on here and stuff, and I've ended up just waffling for 2 straight hours. And again, isn't it weird, right? Isn't it weird? Like, if I played Arc Raiders for 2 hours, I would be in game after game after game. You die, you sort your inventory out, you see what you need to go and loot again, you go straight back into the game. For 2 hours here today, I have literally played 1 game of that cup, and that's it. Would I say I've had more fun waffling? I don't know. I do think that I would like to
spend more time talking about things in the community rather than just like my own thoughts and feelings or my own teams or whatever. Like I say, like I saw a TikTok earlier, and I wish the guy kind of put the updated TikTok out, but he took the lowest rated shooter in the game, a bronze centre back with 21 shooting, gave him finesse shot plus and 5-star, 4-star, and said he bets he's able to score like loads of goals and he shouldn't be able to. And the whole premise was that, hey, playstyles are broken. And so I looked onto his account and I was like, oh, has he actually got the TikTok where he scored the goals? Because I'd like to see. And then he doesn't have that TikTok up yet. I guess he's like, it's one of those like kind of like clickbaity ones where I'm like, oh, like let me see the goals. And then the TikTok ended. I was like, oh, he's doing like a part 2 on it. But even the part 2 wasn't there. So maybe the part 2 will come. But that's the sort of thing where it's like, I'd love to like watch that with you guys so that we could, you know, like just go through those sort of things. So yeah, I don't know. You sort of not side champs. You might not bother for the 3rd week in a row now. Yeah, I feel you, man. He was live streaming the champs. Oh, was he? Did he score many goals with the bronze centre back, Volsk? At 11 wins, the bronze had like 56 goals in 11 games. That is ridiculous, isn't it? May as well just do all the chill tournaments midweek for better rewards and champs. Yeah, the only problem that you have doing the gauntlet stuff, the only problem that you have when you don't play champs or rivals is you don't get tradable returns, which means to obtain coins for evolutions just becomes really hard. Yeah, no tradable stuff, exactly. End of the stream then. Well, I'm caught in two minds. Because on the one hand, I could do the draft on stream and then do some more crap as an RTG and do some, even like do the 6 PM content on stream or whatever. But on the other hand, if I start getting toxic because I'm playing the game, it's just not going to be fun. You know, I've won since I started doing the drafts off stream again, and since I just like started taking the draft a bit more serious, I've won 5 out of 6 drafts or 4 out of 6 drafts with losing in the final in one of them. I'm at the point where I'm doing a bare minimum FIFA and saving the packs for winter wild cards. You missed the 6 PM content on stream. Yeah, I feel you, man. I feel you, but I stopped doing the 6 PM stuff on stream because of like my kids, basically. Like, you know, it gets to that sort of like dinner, bath, and bedtime. And I wanted to be there with them for that. And then it just became out of the, you know, it's something that was like out of my setup at that point. But yeah, for now, I am going to head off. But I am going to be. I really like. I've got yearning to play Arc Raiders, guys. So, or maybe even Tarkov with Nick. I said I'll give it another try with him because he thinks I'd enjoy the PVE side of things. But for now, I will see you guys either later or tomorrow. A lot earlier tomorrow. I started a bit late today because I had some things to do this morning and some calls to make. But tomorrow I'll try and be live for about 10:30-ish if I'm not live this evening. So yeah, we'll see. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you next time.